Today, I took that risk. This is something that I've been putting off for so long. I always wanted to do YouTube. I got the equipment, I had the support, I had the tools, I had the resources. But once I had everything and it was all there lying out for me, I never actually took full advantage. And that was something that just didn't sit right with me, because my true purpose, my true goal was to find a way to empower everybody else. For the longest, I've always been a learner, and I still am to this day. But in order to move, in order to progress, you have to begin. I have friends that are so interested in building relationships with girls, but they're so scared of possibility of what could happen that they don't actually make a move. They don't go and, send that text. They don't go and walk up and say hi. So nothing ever happens. Then 10 years down the road, they end up looking at themselves and saying, man, I should have done that. I should have done this, because maybe we could have been this. When you start and you finally do what you've been putting off for so long, that joy, that emotion that you get, you just can't compare it, man. You really can't. When we're in search of feeling happy, or we want to get some type of dopamine or something, we just resort to our phones. We're always consuming, but never producing. But there's always an excuse that you can apply to any situation. Like, even today, I just finished school and I'm at the park and I'm here recording this video. I could have said, you know what, I already had a long day. I had a test today. Let me just go home. I'm too tired. There's always an excuse. But people were working those late hours, those late nights. Think about a role model that you have. All the flashy cars, big houses, the big mansions. It all starts from somewhere. It starts by taking that step. When you think about all the things that your role model has achieved, or all the things that you want to achieve, you have to ask yourself, what type of characteristics do those people have? So maybe it's that constant discipline. Too much times as young individuals, we move purely based off motivation. We don't utilize discipline, which in turn could make us continue to do the things that we desire to do for a longer period of time. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to it, right? Once you start, you find that you actually enjoy doing what you do, and you'll be more motivated to do it for a longer period of time. Our parents, they always tell us, being grounded in an African family where everything is so competitive, other immigrant people could relate to this out there. I always tell you, oh, Charles, your mates, not that, that's studying, right? That's studying, they're doing what they have to do. Hey, I am playing games. I used to laugh and be like, whoa, what are you talking about? But as I continue to get older, like, I'm slowly starting to understand where they're coming from. They're not saying this as a means for you to not have fun. Yes, have fun. But it doesn't also hurt to take some time to work now for later. I'll share a quick little lore drop with you guys, right? If y'all couldn't tell, I'm Nigerian. I was born here, but my parents, they're immigrants. And my dad likes to tell me a story from back when he was in university, when he met my mom. A lot of his peers, a lot of his mates, a lot of his friends, both male and female, they thought that was just the time to just go around, have fun. I'm not saying it isn't, right? You're still young. Enjoy your life. Then again, maturity, discipline. Those of you who have bigger goals, those are key characteristics that you need to start developing now if you want to expand what you want to do in the future. Going back to my parents, around that age of 24, 25, my dad started looking to settle down with my mom. And my dad had no intentions of staying back home in Africa. A lot of immigrant families, they move because they want to create better lives for their children. They're doing perfectly fine back home. They're okay, fortunately, compared to a lot of people back home. But they wanted to provide us an opportunity to have better resources so I could create videos like the ones I'm making today. My dad was only 25, 26, and I could definitely tell he was probably definitely scared. Picking someone that you're going to be with for the rest of your life takes a lot of thought. It can be very mentally draining. But he thought ahead. He had plans. He had a goal. And he wanted something bigger, not just for himself, but for the eventual family that he would have. So he made that impulsive decision. Got married. And in that moment, a lot of his mates were looking at him like he was crazy. Bro, you're 24, 25, 26, bro. Go live your life. Go travel. Go do all that. He knew what he wanted. And luckily, he's doing all those things that his peers were doing back then today. And the simple reason is because he took that risk. Unfortunately, all his friends back then that didn't go settle down and go do what they had to do, they're now miserable. Why? Because they don't have a family. They don't have children. They weren't able to invest back then so they could live good now. There's been days where I literally accomplished absolutely nothing. I would just be in bed, just doom scrolling for hours on end, and taking every single piece of content you could fucking imagine. And at the end of the day, I look back and I ask myself, Charles, like, what did you do? But today, I want to tell you that you have the ability to create something. Just start, just one thing, one idea that you've been thinking of. If we have so many opportunities, we have all these resources, especially for those that live in, first world countries like America. Utilize these resources around you in order to build something greater for yourself. As we continue to get older, our responsibilities continue to compile on our shoulders. So that means less free time to do what we want, to start what we want. And the cool thing about it too is right now when you're younger, if you start, like, let's say for instance a YouTube channel just like the one I'm talking about today, you could look back on it, think about it later when you're trying to start something bigger like a business. When you start something, you're never gonna just start something and just not take anything away from it. Anything you do in this life, you're gonna take something away from it. So you could take what you got from starting it and use it to make something better. And I watch a lot of videos, right? A lot of videos on YouTube, and I'm sure you guys do too. Every single famous, wealthy business owner that I've seen online, the biggest thing that I've taken away from them is that sometimes you really just gotta put it out there. They put out millions, trillions. They try to so many ideas before they could finally get one to settle, before they could finally get one to land. Why shouldn't you apply the same thing to yourself in your everyday life? During the whole COVID-19 coronavirus thing, I really engaged with gaming, Fortnite, something that caught my attention. And everywhere I looked on YouTube, all I saw was Fortnite montages. Like, that was the only thing. Like, it's just Fortnite montages, 2K, like everybody. And it was people my age. So I took that, used it to encourage me to start my own YouTube channel. And it's not like I had it all figured out at the time. I was like 10, 11. I didn't know how to edit. I had my brother to do that for me. And he wasn't even the best editor too. He was only like 2, 3 years older than me. But we built something. And I could recall all the moments that we spent together just working. Those late nights trying to edit our Fortnite montages, taking the clips from the PS4, putting it onto the computer, and just trying to build something. Like, that grind, that feel, that, bro, like it just felt good, bro. Because we thought and we believed that we could be something great. And although we may have not accomplished it, I think we can definitely say, and he could definitely agree with this too, we learned a lot. Just nowadays, people have so many goals, right? So many things that they want to accomplish, but they never actually get it done because they're so focused and they're so worried about what other people have to say. That's some of my friends. 2, 3 years ago, I was very, very insecure. I wasn't happy with myself. I was always hearing things. Every time you got to a pool, you don't want to be free. You don't want to show yourself. You don't want to expose yourself. One, because I'm afraid of what everybody else thinks of you. And two, because you're not happy within yourself. It encourages you to go out. You start. And what do you start doing? You start going to the gym. And slowly, 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 but surely, start to see improvement. But only if you stay disciplined, though. Let's not forget that. You gotta stay disciplined. You gotta stay disciplined, bro, always. But even if you just went to the gym for just one day, you still get something out of it. I mean, number one, you got that bump now. Then you get that real dopamine. It's real. There's always a benefit in just starting. Just always remember that, bro. Sometimes there's gonna be a trigger that makes you want to start. That's always, I'm not gonna lie, I think that's the best time to start. When you see something that's going wrong in your community, when you see disparity, when you see something that's not being spoken about, that doesn't have enough awareness, and it encourages you to start, I please, 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 I beg you, continue. Just keep going, bro. Keep going. Create it. Create it. This world is so big, I promise you, not everything in this world is solved. There's always something to be solved. There's cancers, there's diseases, there's a bunch of shit that's just people just don't have the answer to. If you start, you go out, you look, you research, you find. I promise, but like there's always something. It's never corny to go and be different. I encourage corniness. I do. Because when people are corny, that's really just them being their pure authentic selves. Which for some reason is something that's so put down nowadays in society. I don't know why. Everybody is trying to be something. Why can't you just be the one that separates yourself from the rest? Not saying that you can't conform to, society. I mean, shit, we use ChatGPT. You use ChatGPT. He use ChatGPT. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it's okay to be different. People see shit online. When you go to school, you post a line, post a video, maybe it goes a little viral. People might say a few things here and there. It's not for them. You didn't do that for them. You did that for you. And if you are doing that for them, I encourage you to stop and start choosing you. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you'll look back and you'll realize that No one really ever cared. What you're doing isn't for them, it's for you. Take that, use it, apply it, be something better than what you were before. And remember that no one ever laughed at someone for trying, for starting. If anything, I applaud you because I know it takes a lot. You never know until you actually try when you start. Maybe you have a gift that you never knew you had, but you found out once you actually put your foot out there. I'm going to start doing what I believe is best for me. And I think what that is coming on here and sharing my personal viewpoints, my opinions to those who care to listen.